Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm about to head off on an overnight bikepacking adventure doing the East Devon Trail. So I thought I'd do a quick rundown of the things I'm taking. And this is a fairly lightweight setup, and that's partly because it's only for 2 days. And also I know we'll be passing lots of places to stock up on water, to stock up on food. So there's some things I'm not taking, like cooking and gas equipment, which definitely cuts down on the amount you need to take. So as you can see, I've only got a rear saddlebag. I don't have a front handlebar bag today, just because I didn't need it and this was enough storage space for me. So if we have a look in here, firstly I've got my compression sack, which is really useful. It compresses all your clothes and sleeping bag down, so that even though it's not that light, it's still quite small and compact, which is really good. So this has my sleeping bag in, which is probably slightly too overkill for today, because it's down to sort of around 1 degrees. So, and as you can see, it's quite warm today, but I thought I'd just take it anyway, just in case. So it has my sleeping bag, and it also has some spare clothes, which is quite minimal because it's only 2 days. So just some underwear and some swimming clothes and some spare socks and things. So that's really it, that's all my clothes. And then I've got just a basic first aid. I've got some smidge spray, which is really handy for ticks and insects. I've also got toilet paper, plasters, toothbrush and toothpaste and tick removers. So that's in there. In here I've got all my tools. So I've got a multi-tool, I've got an inner tube, I've got a pump, I've got tie levers and all those kind of things. Again, it's quite small, but I don't need too much. What else have I got? I've got some leg warmers, which I probably won't need during the day, but just for the evenings it's quite good to have, and they're really small. And I've got another dry bag, and here I've got a few spare batteries and cables and things like that, mostly for my filming gear, so most people won't need so many of those. And then finally, I'm not quite finding, still more in here, I've got my waterproof jacket, which again, I don't think it's going to rain, but you can never be too sure. And then I've got my sleeping mat and my pillow, that's in here. And then finally I've got my bivy bag, which is really small and it's quite nice, you don't have to carry a whole tent with you, so that's really handy as well. And then moving to the middle part, I've got a front frame bag here, and this has my drone and my drone controller in. So again, some people probably won't take a drone with them. And it also has a tiny little towel as well, because we're going near the sea, so that's always handy. And then I've got 2 water bottles. One's a 1 litre and one's a 750 millilitre, which again we'll be passing shops and places to refill and cafes and things, so that should be enough. And then I've got my top tube bag, and this has all the sort of essentials that I need whilst I'm riding. So I've got a battery pack for my phone or Garmin, I've got some banana cake, I've got some biscuits, I've got some oat cakes. So those are really handy to access whilst riding along, and also sun cream, that's really important to have on especially days like today. And then at the front of the bag I've got a stem bag here, which is where I keep my GoPro, so that's quite handy just to whip out when I'm cycling along, and quite accessible. Then also at the bottom of there, it's quite a big bag, I've got a big bag of trail mix and fruit and nut and things, so again that's quite handy while cycling along if you get peckish and need a snack. And then here I've got my torch, which we probably won't do any night riding, but is just always better safe than sorry. And then I've got my phone case, which mounts onto the front here, which I won't be using for navigation, but just handy for photos and things. And then I've got my Garmin here as well for navigation. So that goes right there. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of the things I'm taking. So it's quite a short trip, so there's things that I haven't taken that definitely make my pack size lighter and smaller. But that's one of the things you have to think about is, what sort of luxuries do you want to take? What things can you get on the way, like food and water? And so it's quite a balance really. But hopefully that's useful. And let me know if you have any questions about any of my kits and any other videos you want to see in the future. Happy adventuring!